Well, for decades, the Bay Area has let itself become a haven for vagrants at the expense of the few normal people who still live there. Finally, somebody had enough. Earlier this month, a man was videotaped gathering up a vagrant's belongings and throwing them in the trash. It was on public property, by the way. Now, that man has been charged with second-degree robbery, and of course, the area remains the same hive of needles and human waste it has been for years. Rebecca Kaplan is an Oakland City Council member, and she joins us tonight. Rebecca, thank you for coming on. So this story had me thinking, oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. If I showed up on your front lawn with a sleeping bag and a case of vodka and sort of moved in to stay, which I may do, would you be arrested for trying to make me leave?
Well, I would welcome you. I'd be happy to have that conversation with you and hope we could have dinner sometime. But I think more to the point, the person who threw the belongings, in this case of a homeless man, into the lake and stole somebody else's cell phone, that person would be prosecuted whether the person they did that to was homeless or not. However, as to the deeper solutions, tomorrow the City of Oakland will be debating our budget, and I will be fighting for better solutions to homelessness. We need to be helping people live in situations other than our streets and sidewalks, even while I absolutely condemn this assault and would condemn it no matter who it was done to.
So, but I mean, it just seems like the cards are kind of stacked against normal people, married people with kids who have jobs, kind of like the backbone of America, the people who actually built the country. They're having a tougher time living in your state, so they're leaving, as you know. People get arrested for taking homeless detritus, trash, off public property, but they don't get arrested for defecating in public? How does that work? What's the thinking behind that?
Well, certainly if people want to volunteer to help clean up our lake, our creeks, our public ways, we have volunteer opportunities. We have ways that people can help clean up, and I welcome that. This was not an act of cleaning up the lake. This was stealing someone's belongings and throwing them into the lake. That was a trashing of it.
But wait a second. We have a ready-made group of people, a lot of them young, with tons of time on their hands. We call them the homeless. Why don't they clean up their crap? Why are they the ones littering? Why aren't they cleaning up?
Actually, it's predominantly not the homeless people that are littering. We did a study, and about 85% of the illegal dumping is coming from a variety of illegal sources having nothing to do with the homeless. And so the illegal dumping is a huge problem that we're fighting to crack down on.
And illegal is the word.
Is very serious.
Well, good. I'm glad you're doing that.
And so that's absolutely one of the things we need to take action on, as well as,
but still, why wouldn't
providing better places for the homeless to be. In other words, it's not enough to say where we don't want people to go. We need to provide the places, and I'm fighting for us to use public land, churches that have offered to volunteer their sites to allow the homeless to have places they can be, where they can get assistance, where they can get matched with social services and turn their lives around while living in places better than the sidewalks. But in the meantime,
and churches certainly have a lot of space in California since nobody goes. Well, that's not, I mean, cleaning up public spaces would be the way I would describe it.
I tried to talk to you about Scripture, and you didn't want to, but I'd be happy to remind us all that we are judged by how we treat the least of these.
Right. Well, I agree with that, but let's ask the deeper questions, because I know that you want to. Why is it California's so-called homeless problem is often blamed on housing costs, and as in most liberal cities, they're really high, because it's all rich people who live there. But Tokyo has even higher housing prices, and it has no homeless problem. What does Tokyo know that Oakland and San Francisco don't know?
Most other democracies in the world devote a significantly larger share of their public funds to helping the homeless, to providing social services, to providing job training programs.
No, nope, not true, not true. They don't have a ton of broken families and drug problems in Japan. Do you think maybe there's a connection between the total disintegration of the American family and the fact that a lot of people are living outside on heroin?
We actually have a very sad situation of families living outside. We have people living on the streets who get up and go to work every day and come back and sleep in a tent.
Yes, I know, that's true.
After working all day because the housing is so scarce and so expensive. And that's why in our budget debate taking place tomorrow night, I'll be fighting for us to do more to protect affordable housing and to do more.
Okay, but really quick, have you thought about the Tokyo thing? I mean, because they don't spend more money than you do on the homeless. They spend much less. Their housing prices are higher. I mean, maybe there's a solution there. I don't know if we're going to solve it on the show because we're almost out of time, but have you thought about that? Will you think about it?
Well, most of the countries with less of this problem have universal health care, so people don't get pushed into financial dire straits from a health care cost. But I also know that we don't get better.
I'm sorry, we're out of time. Rebecca, thank you. I hope you'll come back anytime. It's great to see you.